Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the next question. So I will move to another question too. We have the question 2K LMN. So in here, same, we have to replace all the letter with the given value. The R is equals to 8, so we have x square minus 2. 8 square is equals to 64. 64 divided by 2 will be equals to 32. S to the power of 3 divided by 10. The S is 10. So we have 10 to the power of 3 divided by 10. We have to finish the 10 to the power of 3 first. 10 to the power of 3 will be equals to 1000. 1000 divided by 10 will be equals to 100. For the question m squared plus 3, the m is equals to negative 4. Negative 4 to the power of 2 plus 3 will be equals to 16 plus 3, which is equals to 19. For the question n, 5n cubed, so it means 5 times n cubed. The n is negative 2, so we will have 5 times negative 2 cubed. Negative 2 cubed will be equals to negative 8. 5 times negative 8 will be equals to negative 40. Is there anyone having any question now? Until question N. Is there anyone having any question? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 3. Please let me know whenever you have any question. Do not stay quiet. You can message me through the chat box, or you can interrupt me unmuting yourself. That is okay. Rather than you stay quiet, I will be getting confused. I cannot decide if you already understand or not if you keep being quiet. So if no one say anything to the chat box, so I will move to the question 3. For the question 3 in here, we have to write a formula for the numbers of seconds in any number of minutes. Before you make a formula, you have to find the relationship between the number of seconds and also the number of minutes. You know that 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So we can write it as the number of seconds is equals to 60 times the number of minutes if we write the formula inwards. But later if we are going to write the formula in letters, we can just replace the number of seconds into S for seconds, and then the number of minutes we can replace it into letter M for minute. So if it is in a letter, the formula will be S is equals to 60M. And then for the question B, use the formula in the part A to work out the number of seconds in 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes, so we have the value of M. The M is equals to 30. 60 times 30 will be equals to 1,800. So the answer will be 1,800 seconds for 30 minutes. So far, is there anyone having question for the question 3? Or maybe I talk too fast or anything? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay. No one say anything, so I assume none of you having any difficulties. I'll move to the question 4. Use the formula D is equals to 16t square when the t is equals to 2. So we replace the t into 2, we will have 16 times 2 to the power of 2. There is a multiplication and indices, we do the indices first. So we do 16 times 4, which is equals to 64. Is there anyone want to ask me any question regarding question 4? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If you have no question, let us move to the question 5. Okay, for the question 5, in here we already have the formula phi is equals to AH by 3. We have to find the value of phi when the A is equals to 6 and then the H is equals to 4. We just simply substitute the value of A and H into 6 and 4. And then AH means A times H. Yeah, this is the workbook. The workbook page 16. That's why I write in the title already. Exercise 2.6, deriving and using formula page 16. We are discussing the workbook. So 6 times 4 is 24. 24 divided by 3, it will be equals to 8. For the question 6, we already have the formula. A is equals to A plus B by 2 times H. We have to find the capital A. When the small a is equals to 5, the small b is 7, small h is equals to 4. So we will just replace all the letters with the given value. So the small a will be 5, small b is 7. So 5 plus 7 divided by 2 times 4. We finish the bracket first. So we finish the 5 plus 7, which is equals to 12. 12 by 2 times 4. So it will be equals to, 12 by 2 is equals to 6. 6 times 4, it will be equals to 24. Yeah, the PowerPoint will be posted. Sorry, yesterday I think I forget to post the PowerPoint. I will post all the PowerPoint through the Google Classroom because it's supposed to be like your homework. That's why now I just discuss it. That's why even though the revision question, I will discuss it with you, but still I will need all of you to try it first because when I want to discuss it with you, I hope that we can go fast so we can finish it faster. But if you have any question, you can feel free to tell me, feel free to interrupt me. Do not keep being quiet. It was your friend homework. That's why I just show it to them because they will just directly check the answer if the answer already correct or not. That's why I go fast. Is there anyone having any question regarding the question 5 and question 6? Is there anyone having any question? Yeah, the PowerPoint will be posted later in the Google Classroom. Maybe at 3 p.m. I will be posting it. Okay, is there anyone having question regarding the question 5 and question 6? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 7. For the question 7, we already have the sentence in here. Harsha uses the formula to work out the volume of a triangular base pyramid. The formula is V is equals to BLH by 6. Remember that BLH it means B times L times H. And then the V for the volume, B for the base width, L for the base length, H for the height. And then Harsha has two pyramid A and also pyramid B. The pyramid A has the base width 4 centimeter, base length 3 centimeter, the height 16 centimeter, while the pyramid B has the base width 6 centimeter, base height 4 centimeter, and then the height 8 centimeter. Now the question, we have to compare the volume of these two pyramids. We have to pick which one that is having the larger volume. So before we decide which one that having the bigger volume, we have to find the volume of each pyramid first. So like pyramid A, we replace the B, L, H into 4, 3, and 16 because all the measurement already given. Pyramid A has the base width of 4 centimeter, base length of 3 centimeter, height of 16 centimeter. So for the pyramid A, it will be 4 times 3 times 16 by 3. The answer will be 32. Do the same thing for the pyramid B. We replace the BLH into number 6, 4, and 8. So the volume, it will be 6 times 4 times 8 divided by 6, which is equals to 32. So now when we check the pyramid A and also pyramid B, they are having the same volume, which is 32 centimeter cube. That's why none of them neither is having a larger volume. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe I go too fast? Is there anyone? Hello? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 8. For the question 8, you know there is a long sentence there. There is a formula P is equals to RH plus B. The P is for the pay, R for the rate of pay per hour, and then H for the numbers of hour working. The B is for the bonus. And then in here, we already get the example to make the equation. When the payment is equals to 547 and then the bonus is $45, the rate for payment for each hour is 12.55. And then Chan will have a equation which is 547 is equals to 12.55H plus 45. Now we need to make another equation when there is Chan has a payment of 477.25 for the week, and then there is 38 for the bonus, $38, and then the rate payment for each hour, it will be remain the same, which is $12.55 per hour. So we just need to replace the value of P into 477.25, the value of R into 12.55. The H we don't know, so just keep it as H. And then the bonus for the B, we already have it as 38. So now we can simplify 12.55 times H. We can just write it as 12.55 H. So in the end, we will have the equation which is 477.25 is equals to 12.55 H plus 38. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe I talk too fast or anything before we discuss the revision question? Is there anyone having any question? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If you have no question, you can prepare your answer sheet for the revision question. The question already shared through the Google Classroom. It was Friday post, so you can check it by yourself. On Friday post, there is a like PowerPoint file and also PDF file. The PDF file is for the revision question. So here is the question 1. Yeah, it's okay if some of the questions are still empty. At least I can see that you already try your best to answer. That is okay. I still appreciate if you answer it even though some questions are empty, rather than you not submit it at all. Because when you are not submitting at all, it feels like you don't really care about the maths class or anything. It will make me more sad. So it's okay if you submit it with some question that is still blank. It's okay. I still appreciate it. Okay, I will discuss the question 1. So now you can check your answer. If maybe there is some question that is still empty or still confused, later after you hear my explanation and you are still confused with my explanation, feel free to interrupt me. You can unmute yourself or you can type it through the chat box. That is okay. So now for the question 1, write down the first 4 term and also the 7th term of each sequence. So we already have the first term at the question 1A. So for the first term, we just directly copy paste. The answer will be 40. For the second term, you need to read the term to term rule. The term to term rule, it says subtract 2. Because it's subtract 2, the first term I have 40. So it means 40, I have to subtract it by 2, become 38. For the next term, 38 minus 2 will be equals to 36. Next term, so 36 minus 2, which is equals to 34. So the first 4 term, it will be 40, 38, 36, and 34. And then if we are going to find the 7th term, it's okay if you want to make list like I want to find the 5th, I want to find the 6th, so later I can find the 7th. That is also okay. But in here, I will just directly jump from 4 into 7. So from 4 into 7, the difference is 3. So we have 3. We need to multiply it with the term to term rule given. The term to term rule is subtract 2, so I need to multiply it by 2. 3 times 2 will be equals to 6. And then because the term to term rule is subtract 2, so it means the number will be getting smaller. That's why the 34, I need to minus it with 6. And then the answer will be equals to 28 for the 7th term. Okay, for the question 1A, is there anyone having any question? Is there anyone having any question for the question 1A before I continue? No question? Are you sure? Okay. No one text me anything through the chat box also. You can always unmute yourself whenever you want to ask me any question. Last time I asked all of you to mute yourself if you don't want to say anything. It doesn't mean that I don't want any one of you to talk during my class. It's okay if you want to talk, if you want to ask me any question, or you want to clarify your doubt, or maybe you want to make yourself sure with some cases. It's okay if you want to unmute yourself. So please feel free to ask me whenever you have any question. I get confused. I already asked most of you in the class if you have any confusion or not. You didn't say that you have any confusion, but when I give you homework, not all of you submit the homework. I get confused, so please help me to clarify all of my confusion also by ask me anything that is confusing for you. Do not stay quiet all the time. It will be making me more confused. Okay, I will move to the question B. For the question 1B, the first term is 3. So we have number 3. We will write 3 first. And then the term to term rule is add 5. So 3 plus 5 will be equals to 8. 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 5 will be equals to 18. So I already have the, I already have 3, 8, 13, and 18 for the first four terms, and then for the seventh term I just jump from 4 into 7. The difference is 3, and then the term to term rule is at 5, so I do 3 times 5. 3 times 5 will be equals to 15. 18 plus 15, it will be equals to 33. If you don't want to use this way, you want to make list like finding the 5 first and then find the 6, and then you will be finding the 7, that is also okay. Yeah, you can write it like in a line with. What do you mean by in a line, Raiken? Hello, Raiken. What do you mean by in a line? I don't get it yet. Hello. What do you mean by in a line? You can unmute yourself. It's okay if you want to unmute yourself. Is it like you just directly write 40, 38, 40, 38, 36, 34, 28 like this? That is also okay. If you directly write it like that, you did not put label, I still understand. As long as the number you write it in order, I will still be able to understand it. Is there anyone who get confused so far? Or maybe I talk too fast? No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question C. For the question C, we already have the position to term rule. 4 times position number square minus 1. So if we are going to find the first term, for the position number in here, we will replace it into number 1. So later we will read it as 4 times 1 square minus 1. And then we have the indices and multiplication. We have to do the indices first. So we will have 4 times 1 minus 1. 4 times 1 minus 1, it will be equals to 3. For the second term, it will be equals to 15. Third term is it will be equals to 35. Fourth term is 63. And seventh term is 195. Is there anyone who got different answer or maybe get confused with the answer that I get in the question 1C? Maybe I make a typo or anything. Okay. Okay, if you have question, wait. So if the first term, you have to replace the position number into what number? If it is the first term, the position number will be what number? Hello? Hello? What number is it? 1, right? So we do 4 times 1 to the power of 2. Minus 1. We copy paste the 4 times position number to the power of 2 minus 1. Because this is the first term, so the position number we replace it into number 1. Become 4 times 1 square minus 1. And then we have multiplication and also have power, have subtraction. Remember the bit mass, we have to finish the power first. So we simplify the 1 to the power of 2. So we will have 4 times 1 minus 1 because 1 to the power of 2 is 1. Now we have multiplication and subtraction. We have to finish the multiplication first. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. That's why the first term will be equals to 3. For the second term, do the same thing. We replace the position number into number 2. So 4 times 2 square minus 1. We have to finish the power first. So we do 4 times 4 because 2 to the power of 2 is 4 minus 1. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 1 is 15. That's why the second term is 15. For the third term, do the same thing. So 4 times 3 to the power of 2 minus 1. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So later we will have, we will have like 4 times 9. 4 times 9 minus 1. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 minus 1 is equals to 35. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe my explanation is confusing still or anything? Do the same thing for the fourth term. If fourth term, yeah, you replace the position number into number 4. If seventh term, we replace the position number into number 7. 4 times 7 square minus 1. You can calculate by yourself. Later the answer will be 195 for the 7th term. Is there anyone who get confused before I move to the question D? It's okay to ask me if you have any question. I'm reading the chat box, so please you can pick by typing through the chat box, or you can directly unmute yourself. That's okay. No question, yeah? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question D. For the question D, we also have the position to term rule, which is 2 times position number plus 3. The position number, we replace it into whatever term that we are going to find. So, I will just give you example for the first and the second. If it is the first term, yeah, it will be 2 times 1 plus 3. Multiplication and addition, we do the multiplication first. So, 2 plus 3, which is equals to 5. For the second term, we do 2 times 2. Why times 2? Because the position is at number 2 when it is second term. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. That's why for the third term, I get 9. For the fourth term, I get 11. For the seventh term, I get 17. Is there anyone who get confused? Or maybe my explanation is still confusing or anything? No? Please let me know if you have any question. Do not keep being quiet. No question for sure? Yeah, no one type anything through the chat box also. Most of you only say no question. So probably it's really none of you having any question, none of you having any difficulties. So I will just move to the question 2. Feel free to tell me whenever you have any question, Luya. Because I'm planning tomorrow. I hope that we can finish all the revision question. If tomorrow we can finish all the revision question, it means on Thursday we will have the chapter wise test. But if we cannot finish it by tomorrow, so the Wednesday will be the chapter wise test. The chapter wise test will be will depend on how fast we discuss all the revision question, because it will not be fair for you if I do not discuss all the revision question with you, and I will make a chapter wise test that the question is similar from the revision. It will not be enough fair for you. So let us move to the question 2. We already have the sequence. The sequence for the question 2a, -4, -7, and 10. For the question 2, we need to find the term to term rule, the nth term, the 20, and also the 30 term. So the first thing that we can do is finding the term to term rule. From -4 into -7, we need to subtract it by 3. And then from -7 into -10, we need to subtract it by 3. That's why the term to term rule becomes subtract 3. For the question 2, we need to find the nth term. If we are finding the nth term, we use the same steps when we are going to find the position to term rule. Because the position, the nth term is the shorter way of expressing the position to term rule. So we can replace the position number into letter n. That's why there is an nth term in here. So we will make a table again. The table, the terms will be -4, -7, -10. We got it from the question in here. The sequence is -4, -7, -10. And then as we know, this is the term to term rule is subtract 3. Subtract 3 is like minus 3 like this. This is also having the same value. So it means we can find the multiple of negative 3. Multiple of negative 3, it can be negative 3, negative 6, negative 9. And then to find the difference, negative 4 minus negative 3, it will be equals to negative 1. Negative 7 minus negative 4, it will be equals to negative 1. Negative 10 minus negative 9, it will be equals to negative 1. So usually we have the position number, we will multiply with the term to term rule. But in here we have the n term. So the letter n we will multiply with the term to term rule. N minus n times sorry, n times negative 3, it will be equals to negative 3n. After that, we add with the difference. The difference is negative n, negative 1. So for the n term, it will be negative 3n minus 1. So later, if we are going to find for the 20 and also the 30 term, we can replace the letter n into 20 and also 30. So for the 20 term, it will be negative 3 times 20 minus 1. Negative 60 minus 1, which is equals to negative 61. Yeah, if you want to write it as minus 3, it's also okay. You don't have to write it as subtract 3. The subtract 3 and minus 3, they are having a same value. So either one, it's okay. You can write it as negative 3 or subtract 3. They are having the same value for the term to term rule. And then for the 30 term, we replace the letter n into 30. So negative 3 times 30, which is equals to negative 90. Negative 90 minus 1, it will be equals to negative 91. Okay, is there anyone having any question? Yes, Ethan, be back soon. Is there anyone having any question? Before I continue to the question 2b, is there anyone who get confused? No confusion? For sure, everything is clear enough? Okay. When everything is already clear enough, I will move to the question 2b. For the question 2b, same, we already have the sequence. And then from the sequence, we need to find the n term, the term to term rule, the 20 and also the 30 term and so on. So in here, negative 5 into 4, we need to add 9. From 4 into 13, we have to add 9. You can show the term to term rule, it will be at 9, or you can write it as plus 9. That is also okay. Now for finding the n term, we are going to use the same method as we are going to find the position to term rule. So we need to make the table. The table will have the term, the multiple, and also the difference. So the terms are negative 5, 4, and 13. Now the term to term rule is at 9, so it means we have to find the multiple of 9. Multiple of 9 are 9, 18, and also 27. So to find the difference, we do negative 5 minus 9, which is equals to negative 14. 4 minus 18 is equals to negative 14. 13 minus 27, it will be equals to negative 14. All of the difference already constant. Now we have the term to term rule. So we have to find the n term. So we multiply the letter n with whatever term to term rule we have. So n we multiplied by 9, we have the 9n. We plus it with the difference. Since the difference is negative 14, we can write it as 9n minus 14. If we are going to find for the 20 term, we can replace the letter n into 20. So 9 times 20 is equals to 180. 180 minus 14, it will be equals to 166. For the 30 term, 9 times 30 minus 14, 9 times 30 is 270. 270 minus 14, it will be equals to 256. Is there anyone having any question so far until question 2b? Is there anyone having any question? No? Okay. If you have no question, let us move to the question 3. Wait, where is my slide? Okay. For the question 3 in here, we already have the function machine. We also have the table. Now we have to complete the table based on the function machine given. So it means for the very first one, we already have the input. The input is 2. So 2 minus 3, it will be equals to negative 1. Now negative 1 times 3, it will be equals to negative 3. That's why below 2, the answer will be equals to negative 3. Is there anyone get confused on the very first column? Before I move to the next column, is there anyone having any question? No? Or have? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the next one. For the next question 6, we already have the output 6. So we have the output is for the y. So we have the y is equals to 6. Since we go from the back, we need to do the opposite. Opposite of times 3 is divided by 3. So now we do 6 divided by 3. The answer will be 2. After that, this is negative 3. Opposite of negative 3 is plus 3. So now we have 2 plus 3, which is equals to 5. That's why the answer in here become 5. Is there anyone having any question before I move to the next one? No? Okay. If you have no question, do the same thing when the input is 8. So we have the x is equals to 8. And then 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3, it will be equals to 5. 5 times 3, it will be equals to 15. And then for the last one, we already have the output, which is equals to 10. Let me clean up first. So 10. Wait. So 10 divided, because we have to go from the back. So we have 10 divided by 3. Yeah, 10 cannot be divided by 3, so you can keep it as a fraction. 10 by 3 like this is also fine. So 10 by 3, this is opposite of negative is plus. So 10 per 3 plus by 3. This is the answer. If you don't want to keep it with any number, you can make it like 10 per 3 plus 3. Or you can simplify them, make it into the same denominator. 3 means 3 per 1. So if 3 is 3 per 1, and then the other one is already the denominator is equals to 3. So we can multiply all the numbers by 3. 3 times 3 will be equals to 9. 1 times 3 will be equals to 3. When the denominator already the same, so we can plus the 10 per 3 with 9 per 3. 10 plus 9, it will be equals to 19. The denominator will remain the same, which is equals to 3. So the final answer will be 19 per 3. Is there anyone having any question for the question 3A? Is there anyone having any question, or maybe I talk too fast or anything? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 2B. We have like 5 minutes, oh no, 1 minute left. Okay, so when we already have the function and we need to find the rules in here, the first thing you can do is finding the difference. From 23 into 35, the difference is plus 12. Even from 35 into 47, it will be 12. But you need to make sure that the number in here on the x value is already in order. If the number in the x value is not in order, you only focus on the two pairs of number that the value of x is already in order, from the smaller to the bigger one. So since it is plus 12, so it means the first thing we have to do is times it by 12. 1 times 12 will not be equals to 23. So you need to think anything to make it into 23. 1 times 12 will be only 12. From 12 into 23, we need to plus it by 11. That's why we write it as plus 11. Now let us try. 2 times 12, it will be equals to 24. 24 plus 11, it will be equals to 35. So this is correct. Do the same thing for the third term. So 3 times 12 will be equals to 48. 3 times 12 will be equals to 36. To get 47, we need to plus it by 11. Is there anyone who have confusion now? It's already time's up. Is there anyone having any difficulties before I end up the class?